beaming level 4. This is carrying on from what we did last time. So beaming level 4, basically it's just going to have I think more time signatures here, and certainly shorter note values. Last time you only went as far as quavers. So let's just check the time signatures. Yeah, so 3, 4, 4, 4 and 6, 8. Now we're going to have 3, 4, 4, 4, 6, 8, 9, 8 and 12, 8. Last time we only had minims, crotchets and quavers, so you don't have to worry about beaming the quavers. Now you've got to worry about beaming the quavers, the semi-quavers, dotted quavers and dotted crotchets. Right. Dotted crotchets don't get beamed, but yeah, the quavers, semi-quavers and dotted quavers make it a lot more complicated. Let's just have another little look at what happens when we get dotted quavers with, yeah, okay, so here's some special examples. Okay, yes, it's probably worth just having a look through some of these special examples and just sort of checking that they make sense. This is beamed like this because this little semi-quaver kind of pulls towards the dotted crotchet. This is a special kind of pattern. It's called a syncopation pattern. Syncopati. So that's why it gets beamed that way. This just simply gets beamed as group of 4 because in that way it doesn't have an extra little semi-quaver thing there, because it's demonstrating 1 quaver, 2 quavers and 3 quavers like that. Syncopated rhythms, yeah, so we probably don't need to go into this one too much. Yeah, but this one, definitely have a look through this and just make sure, because these are kind of like some special exceptions, basically, is what these ones are. Let's go exit on that and give it a go. Wow, straight into the deep end, huh? 12, 8 times, so we've got 4 dotted crotchet beats in the bar. So 2 semi-quavers and 2 quavers. Yeah, sorry, 4 dotted crotchet beats. A dotted crotchet equals 3 quavers. So we need to make them up into groups of the equivalent of 3 quavers on each. So a quaver and 2 semi-quavers is equal to 3 quavers. Oops. So we would need to join that up like that. There's our 2 semi-quavers at the start and 2 quavers. Then the dotted crotchet beat by itself. Then 3 quavers. Okay, so that's nice. That's easy. Then this was one of those special ones that we had a look at just then. So they get beamed together with a little one there that kind of joins it up with this dotted quaver. Then what have we got here? We've got 3 semi-quavers and a dotted quaver. Now this is a bit of a sneaky one. What you need to do with this one is there's the semi-quavers and there's the other semi-quavers, and you join the 3 semi-quavers together now. There's no need to add an extra little bit like that. That was also one of the special examples that we saw. Then we've got dotted crotchet, and that's all fine. The equivalent of 3 quavers here at the end, with 1 little turned back semi-quaver. Then 4 semi-quavers and a quaver equals the grouping that we want. So we want to go all the way to there, and then create semi-quavers over the rest of those. And then there's another example of it. A crotchet and a quaver is the equivalent of 3 quavers, so there's nothing to do there. And this is another one of those examples where we have that little bit there. This is another one, but this time the quavers at the front, dotted quaver in the middle, and the semiquavers at the end. So we just need to remember we join all three of those, and then the semiquavers at the end, like that, and then 3 dotted crotchets. Right. Okay, 3/4 time. So now we're going to look at crotchets. We want 3 crotchets. Dotted quaver equals 3 semiquavers plus 1 semiquaver equals 4 semiquavers. So those two alone equal the equivalent 4 semiquavers or a crotchet. So we just have to join those up like that. Pair of quavers, that's easy. And then 2 semiquavers and a quaver is our third beat. So 2 semiquavers and a quaver, like that. Remember, in any simple time signature, we're kind of grouping the quavers in pairs, so that's what we're kind of looking for. So there's 1 quaver and 2 semiquavers, so they would be grouped together like that. And again, same thing. And then 4 semiquavers, so that's fine. We'll just group all 4 of them together, and they all get a double beat. It's not good enough to just do that. We just don't do that with semiquavers. We actually still add a beam in between. And just a good old pair of quavers, so that's fine. Just join them together. Quaver and dotted crotchet. Well, there's really nothing we can do there. We can't really join those two together. Otherwise, our dotted crotchet is no longer dotted crotchet. It's a well, it's a dotted quaver really. So yeah, we don't need to do that. Yes, this is the same as what we had at the start. So dotted quaver plus a semiquaver is the same as a crotchet. Then 4 semiquavers all together. Creates our second beat in the bar. And then finally 2 semiquavers and a quaver creates our final beat in the bar. There we go, 2 semiquavers and a quaver, so that should be correct. Alright, and that's how we do this.